Alright, Eliz Demon coming back for, I guess this can be considered part 1. I think the first mission we're going to end up doing is we're going to go to Omega and we're actually going to go get the mercenary, because you basically get him at the first entry, and then we're going to go and do the, Morden mission, actually. So where we left off was, pretty much this. We went through the progress, we found out about the collectors. You don't really see collectors, I don't remember, in Mass Effect 1. I don't think they have any mentions of them, so you don't really do too much until Mass Effect 2 when you find out. So what we'll end up doing is, we'll talk to Joker, we'll go back and talk to Jacob, he's in the armory, we'll go down to the 3rd floor, talk to a couple other people. We'll basically get some of the crew slash squad mate missions.
Can you believe this, Commander? It's my baby! Better than new! It fits me like a glove! And leather seats! Military may set the hardware standard, but on a first-gen frigate they could care less if the seats breathe. Civilian sector comfort by design.
Reproduction is not intended to be perfect, Mr. Moreau. Seamless improvements were made.
And there's the downside. I liked the Normandy when she was beautiful and quiet. Now she's got this thing I don't want to talk about. It's like ship cancer.
That's not the same, Joker. There's nothing here that was even part of the real Normandy.
There's us. I have to take what I can get. The last 2 years sucked. You'll see. Even if an AI is spying on us, no way they'll invest this much just to screw us over. It'll be better than the old days.
I hope so. I died.
Yeah, you are such a downer.
Now I think you can't talk to him, let me double check.
Commander,
I assume everything's going well up here?
I really want a chance to put the Normandy through her paces. I just have to trim up the drive output and it'll be like we never lost her.
Safety standards advise against manipulating drive settings while engines are powered and in use, Mr. Moreau.
Commander, can we shut this thing off? I don't need it in my day-to-day.
I'm no fan either, but we're stuck with it.
Until I find a soldering gun. There's gotta be some wires I can cross to make it hurt.
No sabotage. Understood?
Yeah, don't break the boss's toys.
That's it for now.
See you, Commander.
So there are things you can investigate and sit there and talk to more Joker with. I decided I probably won't do it in that case. Because there's not really much you learn more from Joker. It's just, the most I'll be doing is I'll go to him just to listen to the funny ass conversations between him and Edie, because eventually it reaches a point where it just gets hilarious.
I'm Yeoman Kelly Chambers. I've been assigned as your administrative assistant. I'll manage your messages and help you monitor the crew. And I must say, it's such an honor to work under you, Commander Shepard.
I'm glad to have you on the team, Miss Chambers.
Please, call me Kelly.
Okay, Kelly.
Anything else?
Is there anything I should know?
You have unread messages at your private terminal. Anything else, Commander?
Do you have a moment to talk?
I always have time for you, Commander.
Now, in the case of this, I'm actually going to try talking to Kelly here. Mainly because if you don't do this, you don't see her into Mass Effect 3. So you actually do want to kind of investigate and talk to her whenever you can. It actually comes in handy because she will tell you if you have private messages on your terminal, if anybody in your squad wants to talk to you. But more importantly, you get to see her into Mass Effect 3. I don't know why they made it such a concern to like be friendly with her and everything, but that's just the way BioWare decided to do it.
What are your responsibilities?
I'll keep you notified of any messages or appointments you might have. If any of the crew has important business to discuss, I'll make sure you know.
Isn't that the type of task better suited for a VI?
Yes, but being your yeoman is just my official role. Unofficially, I observe the crew. Everyone knows how risky our mission is. Many of us may not be coming back. That's a lot of pressure. I have a degree in psychology. I'm good at sensing when people are overly taxed.
You make sure the crew's mental health is sound.
Yes, I look for warning signs. I listen. It's not a full-time job, and it's most effective when done informally.
We're lucky to have someone with your skills, Kelly.
Thank you, Shepard. What else would you like to know?
This organization has a dark reputation. Do you have any concerns working for them?
Not at all. Our methods can be harsh, but Cerberus has noble objectives. We look out for human interests. Advance human technology, save human lives. They're good goals.
It sounds like Cerberus wants to dominate all aliens and put humankind on top.
Cerberus looks out for humanity, but that doesn't mean we hate aliens. My sister started a dog shelter, but she loved cats too. I love humanity. I also love Asari, Quarian, Turian, Solarian, Hanar. That isn't in conflict with Cerberus ideals.
That's a very positive attitude.
What can I say? I'm a people person. Anything else you'd like to talk about?
How do you feel about being assigned to the Normandy?
I was
hell
handpicked
happened to
by
the
the
eye?
Elusive Man to help fight the greatest threat known to humanity. How do I feel? Honored, exhilarated, terrified. But mostly I feel encouraged. Under your leadership, we can't fail.
Don't worry. We'll defeat the Collectors.
I trust you implicitly. The moment I met you, I knew I could close my eyes, fall back, and you'd be there.
I might do more than catch you, Kelly.
Now that's an enticing thought. Anything else you'd like to talk about?
I better go.
Okay. Maybe we'll talk later. Welcome aboard, Commander.
Oh, right. So yeah, it's a little bit of, you can tell, a little bit of flirting with it, but who cares? So this is where you kind of get into the idea that it tells you like anything you may have DLC related that you have unlocked. Thing with Captain Anderson, aka Counselor Anderson, that's one you automatically get. Other ones I don't think you actually get. No, the rest of them are all DLC related, so I usually just mark them as red. Just to get rid of them, because I hate seeing these stupid things in there. If you want to, you can read them. I don't feel like showing them off. Yeah, it's just a let's play. I'm not getting down and dirty with all those letters and sitting there reading them all. There's no real point. You kind of can get an idea by just like stopping the video and just reading it, what it's going to tell you.
Commander, there hasn't been time to really settle in and take stock. I want to say that working with you is a great opportunity to do something that matters. It's a privilege to serve on the Normandy, Commander.
You may change your tune if we end up like the original Normandy.
Maybe. As long as the Elusive Man walks his talk, and you do the same, I'll do my best to make sure we succeed. That's been the condition for my service so far. I have issues with certain actions Cerberus has taken in the past.
What has Cerberus done to make you nervous?
A lot. They've been called terrorists, and with good reason. Doubt you can find a more checkered past. But if the Collector threat is real, and we do something about it, Cerberus will be remembered differently. Or we'll all be tried and executed. Can't count on people thinking about it as hard as I have.
I look forward to working with you, Mr. Taylor.
Likewise, Commander. Let me know if you need anything.
Alright. I don't think...
Commander, can I help you with something?
Let me see.
I'm more interested in just talking for a bit.
Already? I'm not
Okay,
big
there
on
we go,
forcing
yep.
these talks, Shepard. Let's do this later.
Alright, so that's basically the main thing that you're going to keep getting from him. As I said, if I start getting these, I might just cut it out of the video. It might be a little bit abrupt, but I'll try to cut them out if I remember to, because it's like that. Until I get... There's a certain point in the game you'll reach where this stops happening as much, and you'll actually get everybody talking more. You can get thoughts on the mission, opinion of the crew, service after the Alliance. You can get a little bit more in detail about Jacob. If you want to, there's more than likely videos where you can sit there and see all this. As I said, I'm not going to be... I don't know, maybe I should just do it to get him out of the way. Yeah, let's
How we
do
doing,
it.
Jacob?
Screw it.
What's your sense of the mission?
Probably the same as everyone else. I just want to figure out what the real threat actually is. Got no problem with risk. I just need a clear goal. Anything else, Commander?
What do you think of the state of the crew?
We don't have a full complement. We don't stand a chance without the right specialists on side. Anything else, Commander?
I understand you made quite an impact after you left the Alliance.
Miranda and I stopped a Batarian plan to release a biological agent on the Citadel. That's when I first met her. It took us out to the Nemean Abyss and back. Saved the Citadel like you, but what's the saying? Good deeds like pissing yourself in dark pants? Warm feeling, but no one notices. The whole thing was hushed like they're good at doing. But I know what I did, and I'm proud of it.
We'll talk later.
Commander.
Alright. So we'll come back to him later on. Jacob's the one that will give you access to the armor upgrade for the Normandy. The only thing is as I said before, you basically you have to basically finish most of the... You have to, I think it's... You have to go on another human colony and do a mission, and then that's, I think, do a couple more missions after that, and then that's when you'll suddenly get all your crew members will be giving you all these questions.
Chef surprise again? Come on, Rupert.
I'm sorry, Princess. Filet mignon and caviar coming right up. Let me just get out my doilies.
That'd be real nice, Mr. Gardner.
I do like just listening to these two talk the whole time. It's funny listening to half of these conversations.
Commander, what can I do for you?
Do you have a minute, Miranda?
No doubt you've got a lot of questions. Cerberus isn't as evil as most people believe. If I can help allay any of your concerns, I'd be happy to do so. So, what would you like to know?
I know what we're doing here, but what's Cerberus' long-term goal?
The advancement of the human race. Nothing more, nothing less. The Solarians have the Special Tasks Group. The Asari have their legendary commandos for stealth and recon operations. Cerberus is humanity's answer to those organizations.
But those organizations are regulated by governments. Who keeps Cerberus in check?
Nobody. We're privately funded and our backers trust the elusive man to make the right decisions. But he's very clear about our goals. Protect humanity and serve its advancement.
Are you military or political? Or both?
Cerberus has several divisions. Political, military, scientific, but we're all working towards the same goal. We keep our ranks and structure similar to the Alliance. A lot of our recruits started there, but not all Cerberus operations use the same protocols. We try not to get bogged down in bureaucracy or formality.
What kind of resources does Cerberus have?
We're very well funded, though I doubt anyone other than the elusive man knows exactly how well. But our resources aren't unlimited. Reviving you and rebuilding the Normandy was a significant investment, and a significant risk. We're all hoping you can do the impossible, Shepard. No pressure.
What can you tell me about the elusive man?
Not much that you don't already know. Even I don't have access to most of his background. And you've seen more of him than most ever do. It's rare for him to become directly involved in missions, but you're something special. Whatever else people might say about him, I can assure you he's got humanity's best interests at heart. That includes you and me.
How can you be sure of that if you know so little about him?
I didn't get to where I am without knowing how to gauge people's motives and ambitions, even from brief encounters. He's no saint, and he'd be the first to admit it. But he is committed. Humanity couldn't have a better advocate.
Tell me about yourself, Miranda.
Oh, I guess that's fair. I've spent the last 2 years learning everything there is to know about you. Well, you should probably know that I've had extensive genetic modification. Not my decision, but I make the most of it. It's one of the reasons the elusive man handpicked me. I'm very good at just about anything I choose to do.
You certainly don't lack for confidence.
It's just a fact. My reflexes, my strength, even my looks, they're all designed to give me an edge. No point in hiding from it. It's the reason I'm trusted to oversee the most dangerous, risky, and technically demanding operations Cerberus undertakes. And it's why I was assigned to you. It's my job to make sure you succeed, Shepard.
What level of genetic modification are we talking about?
It's very thorough. Physically, I'm superior in many ways. I heal quickly, and I'll likely live half again as long as the average human. My biotic abilities are also very advanced. For a human. Add to that some of the best training and education money can buy, and, well, it's pretty impressive, really.
It sounds like you were designed to be perfect.
Maybe, but I'm not. I'm still human, Shepard. I make mistakes like everyone else. And when I do, the consequences are severe. Everyone expects a lot from someone with my abilities.
Thanks for the information, Miranda. I'll talk to you later.
Of course, Commander. Whatever you need.
Right, so I think there's that. I don't know if you can ask her any more questions. Let me see.
Commander,
Investigate.
what can I do for you?
Okay, so we can.
Anything I should know regarding the Normandy?
The crew's working well, and the ship appears to be performing to specifications.
What exactly are your duties aside from keeping an eye on me?
I'm the elusive man's agent. You're his most important asset. My job is to make sure you succeed. Aside from that, I send regular reports to the elusive man, updating our status.
I'll let you work.
Of course, Commander.
Also, as I said before, actually playing into any of the Paragon / Renegade choices is actually a good thing, because there's going to be, I think, 3 moments where going down one of them all the way is actually really good. Because there's gonna be another squad mate we're gonna get later on that's gonna involve Miranda, and without access to those, you won't be able to complete the final mission without both of them getting killed. Same thing will happen with another 2 people we get later on, and then under one squad mate's mission, having the extra Paragon actually comes in handy. So when it comes to playing this, you're going to want to do, I will do her mission last to guarantee it, and we'll try to get as much of it as we can done.
Commander Shepard, the hero of the Citadel. You did humanity proud that day. Mass Sergeant Rupert Gardner here. How can I be of service?
Do you have everything you need?
I make do. But have you ever tried to prepare a decent meal with military provisions? I'm good, but I'm no miracle worker. Taking down the collectors is going to be rough business. The crew deserves a few fine meals before they throw themselves into the fire.
What do you need?
If I had some quality ingredients... Oh, shit. You've got more to worry about than grocery shopping on the Citadel. Forget I mentioned it.
If I head that way, I'll keep an eye out.
Much appreciated. Most of this list is probably standard fare for those namby-pambies on the Citadel. Anything else you'd like to talk about?
Alright, so
I won't take any more of your time.
Back to work.
you can get to know Gardner a little bit more as you play this game. We're going to have to go to the Citadel at some point. I think we're going to go to Omega and we'll get all the Omega missions done, and then we'll do whatever it is for him. So, if you actually go in here, you actually get to see somebody called Dr. Chocola's again. So, they actually do try to bring her back into all three of the Mass Effects. Mass Effect 3, I think you have to talk to her, I forget where, I think it's at a hospital, and then you can bring her into Normandy.
Commander Shepard, I watched the Normandy crumble with you on board. It's good to see you alive.
I'm shocked. You're serving on a Cerberus vessel now?
Surprising, even to me. Yet, here I am. The kind of trauma you endured would have changed most people. But not you, I see. Welcome back, Shepard.
Do you have everything you need?
I believe so. This medical bay seems very much like the sick bay on the original Normandy. Only thing missing are my private reserves. I even had a bottle of Ceres Ice brandy that I was saving for a special occasion.
I'll keep an eye out for a replacement bottle.
Oh, you needn't. It's expensive, and we have much larger concerns ahead.
Doctor, you've been with the Alliance for years. Why leave now?
After the Normandy was lost, the surviving crew was reassigned. I was stationed at the Mars Naval Medical Center, a very respectable position, but it wasn't on a starship.
Colonial military life isn't for you?
I've spent most of my life on warships, never knowing what the next mission might bring. I'm used to the hum of engines, the creaking of bulkheads, that subtle vertigo when the momentum dampeners kick in. Life planetside is just too static, too boring.
You're not the Cerberus type, Doctor.
I don't work for Cerberus. I work for you. On a mission that may be crucial to the survival of the human race. I have faith that your dealings with Cerberus will be ethical. I trust you, Commander.
There's a very good chance this mission will be a one-way trip. Are you prepared for that?
I've been through the reclaiming of Shanxi, the Skillian Blitz. We survived the Battle of the Citadel and the destruction of the Normandy together. I've lived a full life. No regrets. I'd like to make sure the crew gets the same opportunity.
I'll see you later, Doctor.
Commander.
Alright. So the people that we will see a little bit later on, or into the Mass Effect, I will be talking to. So if you notice, like, I stopped talking to, like, Gardner,
Oh, she's
not too worried about it.
How old?
She'll be a year old next month.
Oh, you'll miss her first birthday. Oh, that colony's on the edge of something.
The other thing is like every time you go into one of the rooms, they do try to make the game a little bit more entertaining with, because if you notice in Mass Effect 1, there's really no conversations going on. Like, they don't have any, like, people talking to one another. Nothing's really going on. So I do like the fact when they brought this one and they actually tried to bring in more conversations. Another thing you can do is there's different parts of the ship where you'll sit there and see talk to Edie. She can explain to you different parts of where you're at in the ship, but I tend not to be too concerned with it. And this will be the last side mission we actually got to get. Will be from these two.
You came all the way down here to see us?
You're speaking to our commanding officer.
I'm touring the ship, getting to know my crew.
I'm Engineer Ken Donnelly, handling the power control systems. This is Gabby.
That's Engineer Gabriella Daniels, actually. I'm responsible for the propulsion systems.
What can we do for you, Commander?
Are you set up okay down here?
We can't complain. I just wish it didn't take so long to calibrate the FBA arrays.
Kenneth, you're complaining.
What kind of problems are you having?
When they upgraded the Normandy design, they got a bit sloppy with the FBA couplings. I won't bore you with the tech, but there's an array of attenuators in the primary power transfer system that channels the field bleed.
Kenneth, you're boring the commander with tech.
In short, if we had T6 FBA couplings installed, it'd save us a lot of maintenance time each day.
Why isn't something like that already installed?
It's probably just a design oversight. Efficiency isn't affected. It's a maintenance issue.
Also, the T6 model can be hard to find. Nash and Stellar Dynamics discontinued them.
We could probably find used ones in the Omega markets, but we have no time for shore leave.
Carry on.
Will do, Commander.
I'm amazed Shepard came down to see it.
Alright, so once we actually get the couplings that they need, we'll actually go back and talk to them and do the investigating stuff. Thank God, I love the load-in times. Usually you play Mass Effect 1, you literally have to go from the 4th floor to the 1st floor through the entire elevator ride just to sit there and get to that point. I am not playing sound system because I'm not getting in trouble for that crap. I don't think, no, there is no new missions. So you do get to, you can view your achievements in this. They do give you that little photo where you can see Caden in there. So if you play as male Shepard, I think you can get Liara or Ashley in that as well. And I think if you play, even as a female Shepard, you can get Liara. I forget how it goes. They do give you a little fish tank here that you can use. The only problem with it is you have to come up here and feed your fish. So if you don't feed them, they die. So you actually have two different options. There's actually one where I think it auto feeds them. It's a little machine you can get, which is useful for when you're playing from one save to the next. There is another issue where you can actually get Kelly. She'll actually come up here and feed the fish for you. Either way, the fish don't die, but if you do it in that situation, you're basically forced to come back up here once you redo another game, because she's no longer going to be doing that for you. Because you basically have to go through the story again to get her to like you so that she agrees to do it in the first place, which is freaking weird. So the first thing we're going to end up doing is, I think it's been almost 30 minutes since I started this, is we're going to go ahead and head down to the galaxy map. So in comparison to Mass Effect 1, they actually do make it a little bit more weird. You have a limitation on fuel. So you only get about 1,000. I think you can upgrade it to 1,500, and you get space probes. So if we go here, you can kind of get an idea where it's at. So the space probes we're going to go ahead and buy. You can get 30 out of 30. I think you are able to upgrade it. I forget how high it gets. It'll tell you how much credits you got. So I got 156,000 out of 400. But fuel, we're at 0 out of 1,000. Now, you can just go here and just keep buying it. The only thing I don't get is why they start you out at 0 each time, because it's like, if I have 0, how the hell am I doing this? Now you'll notice that if I go back, you actually don't lose fuel when you're in a system. The only time you lose fuel is when you are going from, like, let's see, to, like, if we go to the Amanda system, we go through and we're going from system to system, that's when you actually lose the fuel. I actually haven't seen what happens when you reach 0. As far as I know, I don't think anything bad really happens. I don't know, because theoretically it shouldn't really affect you all that much. But I think they do continue it into Mass Effect. Maybe not Mass Effect. Well, it might be in Mass Effect 3. Not every system is going to have a fuel depot. This one here in the Omega system does. I think there's one at the Citadel. I know there's one in Tuchanka, and there's like another 2 or 3 in other random places throughout the galaxy. So as I was saying before, if we go to and they actually changed it to where if you go to the mass relays itself, you can plot mass relay jumps. So it's not like before where you just sit there and see me click on or click out and then we go to a new system. You actually physically have to send the ship over here to do it. The other thing we have is we have the Omega 4 relay, which we can enter orbit and go through now. You can go through it, I think it just ends up getting you killed though. So what we'll do is we'll go ahead and land on Omega when we get there. We got a couple missions that I'm going to do, which is the Archangel mission, the Professor, and the Veteran. The first one we're going to do is the Veteran, because as soon as we come in we're going to see Salid, I think that's his name if I remember right, and then we're going to go find Morden. Since this mission's kind of been getting dragged on a little bit, I might actually stop once we enter for the Professor mission, and then we'll continue it on from there. And then when we reach the actual location, I'll see how much time has elapsed. If it hasn't been that long, I'll probably just keep it all together in one. So let's go ahead and start it up. And I do like the fact they bring in these little cutscenes like this. You can sit there and see your ship go through, it lands on this actual place. I might skip it if after a while though, because I think nobody's gonna want to watch this 20 times. First couple times is neat. Because I do remember when I first played this, I was enticed to just see everything from this game. I had to see it all. It was all worth watching. Actually, no, that actually is a good idea. That means I could probably kill 2 birds with 1 stone. So we'll do the mission where we get the Merc, and then we'll go talk to the person in charge here, and then we'll continue on. That works. So we do actually get access to more points. As I said, I'm going to hold out to get combat mastery done. Mainly because there's no real reasons to be worried about concussive shots. Okay to have. It does give you something where you can hit the enemies and knock them back. Inferno grenades kind of run the same way. They don't actually put any of the weapon upgrades into this, so those don't actually matter for this game, which I actually found really weird. So it's just the way they got it set. In the case of weapons, you can go in here and kind of switch the weapons around. As I said, if you have some of the DLC, you do get access to new weapons, such as I got the Collector Assault Rifle, Katana Assault Rifle. You can get instead of getting that, you can switch to the Eviscerator. I'm probably just gonna stick with the standard one now. Sniper rifles, same thing. You got other ones you can use. I have found that the Mantis, it has a really good firepower. The only problem, it has 1 round. I usually go for whatever, I think it's called the Viper. It's one where you get more rounds into it. Another thing you get access to is better heavy weapons. So the first one we got was the grenade launcher. That actually we unlock under as soon as we wake up and we're still on the station back during the Lazarus project. So you can get other ones. This one is called the Black Hole Gun. This is the one I'm going to choose to keep. Whenever we go to, what's it called? Well, one mission where we deal with collectors. That's the gun I'm going to go to.
Welcome to Omega. You're new here, aren't you? I can always tell. Allow me to... Oh, hello, Mocklin. I was just...
Leave, Fargate. Now.
Oh, of course, Mocklin. Whatever she wants.
Blasted scavengers. Welcome to Omega, Shepard.
You know who I am?
Of course. We had you tagged the moment you entered the Terminus systems. You're not as subtle as you think. Arya wants to know what brings a dead Spectre to Omega. I suggest you go to Afterlife now and present yourself.
Cut the attitude. I'm not here to cause problems for Omega.
Things explode around you, Shepard. You can't blame Arya for keeping an eye on you. Afterlife now.
I'm receiving quarantine warnings about
things don't explode around me. Better not still be blaming me for that nuke. That was the Solarian's idea. I'm just gonna skip listen to Edie. She's just gonna tell you the basic where to go tos.
Please. You have to help me.
No one said you could talk, jackass.
You Zaid Masani?
Saeed, I said Sullied. Shit.
Yeah, that's me. You must be Commander Shepard. Hey, we have a galaxy to save.
I assume you've been briefed?
I've done my homework. Cerberus sent me everything I needed to know.
My contacts told me we're picking up 1 man, not 2.
Batarian delinquent. Pissed off someone rich enough to hire me to go after him. And for my bring him in alive rates even.
Please. I didn't do it.
I said shut it. Tried to lead me on a chase all over the systems. You should have known better. These people always run to Omega.
What's your relationship with Cerberus?
Easy. Cerberus is paying me a lot of money to help you on your mission. That's the long and short.
Not many mercs would take a suicide mission for the pay.
Most mercs don't get an offer like the one Cerberus sent me. This mission doesn't sound like good business, but your elusive man can move a lot of credits.
Good to have you, Zaid. We have a lot to do.
That's what they tell me. I assume the elusive man told you about our arrangement.
No. I guess he decided to leave that information out of the dossier.
Good thing I asked. Picked up a mission a little while back, just before I signed on with Cerberus. Thought you might be interested. You heard the name Vito Santiago? He's the head of the Blue Suns. Runs the whole organization. Seems he recently captured an Eldfell Ashland refinery on Zoya, and is using their workers for slave labor. The company wants it dealt with.
I'll make sure we get that done.
Good. Get it out of the way so we can concentrate on being big goddamn heroes. I better turn this thing in before it starts to stink. I'll be locked and loaded next time you're ready to get some killing done.
Alright. So the first thing we're gonna end up doing is we're gonna actually go talk to Arya, which is the person that's over here in Afterlife. So let's go ahead and start this off. I actually talk to these guys over here too.
What are you looking at?
Don't you have something better to do than pick fights with people you don't know?
No, just the ones who get in my face.
You see my gun. Do you really want to do this?
Fine. You're off the hook. For now. See you around.
Right. So again, that's another one of those situations where you get easy Paragon points and or Renegade. Do apologize if this is a little loud, but there's really much I can do. Let's see. So. If I do that. Ew, really? That sucks. You figured that's music volume right there. Okay, well I want this to go up now. Well, I got no real choice. I can't really control that. This is actually where you can go purchase the Ceresized brandy for Dr. Chocolates as well. So if you're actually looking to get that for, that's the place you can go to. Hopefully I'm ever talking that because I hate that goddamn music.
That's close enough.
Stand still.
If you're looking for weapons, you're not doing a very good job. Can't be too careful with dead specters. That could be anyone wearing your face. I was told you're the person to talk to if I have questions.
They're clean.
Depends on the questions. You run Omega? I am Omega. But you need more. Everyone needs more something, and they all come to me. I'm the boss, CEO, queen, if you're feeling dramatic. It doesn't matter. Omega has no titled ruler and only one rule. Don't fuck with Arya. I like it. Easy to remember. If you forget, someone will remind you.
And then I toss your sorry ass out the nearest airlock.
Alright.
So, what can I do for you?
So Arya's actually a good person to actually get in contact with here too, in case you don't know where to go. EDI does provide you with a little bit of basic information, but the good thing with Arya is she will tell you about Archangel and Morden. That way you know where to go on for the missions.
Looking for Morden Solus. Do you know where I can find him? The Solarian Doctor? Last I heard, he was trying to help plague victims in the quarantine zone. I always liked Morden. He's as likely to heal you as he is to shoot you. What can you tell me about him? Used to be part of the Solarian Special Tasks Group. He's brilliant and dangerous. Just don't get him talking. He never shuts up. If you really need to find him, take a shuttle to the quarantine zone. No guarantee they'll let you in, of course. I'm trying to track down Archangel. You and half of Omega. You want him dead too? I'm putting a team together. He's on my list. Interesting. You're gonna make some enemies teaming up with Archangel. That's assuming you can get to him. He's in a bit of trouble right now. What kind of trouble? The local merc groups have joined forces to take him down. They've got him cornered, but it sounds like they're having trouble finishing him off. They've started hiring anybody with a gun to help them.
Sounds like that might be our ticket in.
They're using a private room for recruiting. Just over there. I'm sure they'll sign you up. Which merc groups are after Archangel? Blue Suns, Eclipse, Blood Pack. They're Omega's major players. Unless they're at war, you'll never see them together. But one thing they hate more than each other is Archangel. Do you hate Archangel? I don't have time for hate, but I distrust them all equally. For now, I'm happy just to let them kill each other. What can you tell me about Archangel? Not as much as I'd like. He showed up here several months ago and started causing all sorts of problems. If you make your own laws, which everyone here does, he makes life difficult. He's reckless and idealistic, but he seems to know enough to stay clear of me. I appreciate the help. See if you still feel that way when the mercs realize you're here to help them.
That's a bad texture.
So you must know what's what on Omega. Everything that's worth knowing. I don't usually give it out freely. Information is power. Mundane things you can find yourself. Take a walk in a back alley or buy one of the mercs a drink. Better yet, talk to the entertainers. They give great tours. Just don't waste my time. Tell me how you got set up here. That's as privileged as information gets. I have many friends and enemies I keep at varying distances. I don't count you among either. We'll see how useful you prove. Short answer, mind your own damn business. One scan and we're straight to business. People are usually more concerned about who I am. Your death was downplayed, but hardly what I call a secret. I had to make sure it was really you. You could have been anyone, anything. Whatever you need will come out on its own. I'm curious, but Omega doesn't really care about you. Maybe I'll come back later. Maybe I'll be here.
Alright. So as I was saying, you actually can get a little bit of information from her. As far as I'm concerned, we got the Sarah's Ice Brandy, which is one of the 3 things I think we can... No, maybe one of the 4. I don't remember. Another thing we can do is there's a little side mission with one of the bartenders, but I might save that for a later mission since this episode's actually getting kind of long. So, first thing we're going to do is we'll go find Fist. Somehow he's here.
Shepard? I heard you were dead. I had a party and everything. No hard feelings, though, huh? No, really. Thanks for taking the time to chase a small-time crook off the Citadel so I could squat in this shithole for years.
And if you leave the straight and narrow, I'll be there to follow up.
Right, because you don't have planets to save and bigger shit like that. Nothing better to do than keep me down. Goddamn saviors of the galaxy. Messing with a man's living. I got the message last time.
Okay, so this is another guy you can actually talk to. His name is the Patriarch. As I said, we'll probably do one of his. We might do his in the future. I just don't want to do it now since this is kind of getting long. So let me remember where the hell it's at. There is a side room down here. Yeah, okay, I was right. I was going in the right direction. So we'll go down this way. We'll go get the couplings, and then I will stop the recording and we'll end it there. Where's that thing for Jacob at? Might have been... Okay, yeah, it's right there. So we'll talk to these guys real quick.
Leave, human. Tell Captain Gabon we not kill anyone today.
There seem to be a lot of Vorcha on Omega.
No, not too many. You stay away. We kill you.
I don't know a Captain Gaborn. Why would I tell him anything?
Go away. Talk too much. Gaborn's fox get no more. We leave.
Good talking to you.
No more talk. We know Gaborn's tricks. we leave.
So that's one group of people that we haven't been introduced to, is the Vorcha. So we'll actually see more of them in the future. It's actually going to be when we do the Archangel mission and then Morden's mission. You actually get to fight them a little bit.
Place. How come these people aren't well?
You don't understand, or you don't want to?
Doesn't really matter.
Let
No.
go. Okay,
Omega has worked this way for a very long time.
the hell?
Hello there. Might interest you in some salvage tech? Every credit goes toward a ticket to get me off this forsaken rock.
I buy a lot of parts and equipment. Maybe we can make an arrangement.
What the hell did you get behind the desk?
You seem like a decent person, but you can't breathe a word of it to Harry.
Of course.
Then we have a deal. Maybe I'll at least sell something to you.
What brought a nice kid like you to Omega?
My pilgrimage. What money I had got stolen within a few days, so I decided to sell salvage parts. You can see how that turned out. Harrod's forcing me to sell high, and I can't even afford a ticket off this station.
How much do you need to get off Omega?
I still need 1,000 credits to pay my way, but I couldn't let you do that. This is my mistake on my pilgrimage. It's my problem.
Here you go. 1,000 credits. Get out of here.
Thank you. With this, I can finally continue on my pilgrimage. I'm going to buy my ticket right now. Thank you again.
It's really funny how, magically enough, Ken salvaged. He just abandons it. He just says, screw it, I don't need any of this shit, just leave. Because this is actually where you get access to the, FBA couplings. So if you're actually looking where they're at, just talk to this guy. You can buy it from him. He actually has a couple other things where you get shotgun damage upgrades. So in comparison to the other game where you just keep switching your guns to get more powerful ones, each of the guns you unlock in this game, it's just a matter of your playstyle. So each gun can match you differently in the way you think you might play it. Other things you get access to is you can actually upgrade Shepard themselves. In the case of this, you can spend credits to get health upgrades and such, weapon ammos, damage for your weapons. I think some of them even do tech upgrades and even biotic upgrades. Each of these, there's a lot of people you can buy and sell stuff from here. I will probably show this off in the future. As far as I said, I just want to get access to what I need, and then we actually just have to go over here. So the first time I played this and it was on console, it was really confusing going around Omega because there was no real there's no real way to see anything. The only way that I figured it out was you have to go to the map, and the map actually does provide you with a lot of details. Like, it'll tell you where the quarantine zone is, it tells you where to go to Normandy, transports, afterlife. It gives you all the information you need. My only problem was I don't remember if it actually gave me most of this. I think you actually had to go out of your way to try to find it or talk to Arya back on Omega. I don't think I didn't bother pressing M, so I didn't even bother checking to see it. But I know when I was doing it, I was confused as all hell, and eventually I found my way over here. So, as I was saying, I think this episode kind of stretched on, so we'll probably just count this as the introduction to Omega. So, what'll end up happening is we're going to be doing the quarantine episode next, and we're going to go get Morden.
You can't do this. Everything I own is in that apartment.
And since they're done talking, so that's what we'll do. As far as I'm concerned, this one's more. Mass Effect 2 does have its action-packed scenes, and it has its scenes where there's a lot of running around and talking to people.
Pointless humor.
Oh God, they keep talking. So as I said, I actually want to show a lot of the talking, the running around. That way, if anybody does watch these and they decide to buy this game, in case they get confused or they don't know where they're going, you guys can see it. So, as always, if you guys have been enjoying the content, please like, subscribe, leave a comment down below. Again, I'll probably go ahead and do at least the Morden mission, get it done, and then I might relax. On the other hand, I might just stop it here for the day and come back to playing more Mass Effect tomorrow. It doesn't seem like I've been playing that long, in my opinion. Like, there's still so much to this game to play, but I think it's been almost 2 hours. There's a lot of time that goes by in these games. So, again, do those 3 things, guys, and of course, have a very wonderful day, and thank you ever so much for watching these videos. Thank you.